Let me state clearly two basic principles for a successful consumerism approach. First, it has to work for the sickest members of any group. If you're an employer, the example that I like to use is a diabetic. Is a diabetic in your group going to want to sign up for that plan? And I would contend for what I call a first-generation model, a high deductible plan with an account balance, they have no interest in signing up for that type of design. All they see is a high deductible. Any account balance that you talk about that would accumulate and roll over from one year to the next has no value to a diabetic because they're going to use up that account. They're not going to have an ability to have some great and wonderful tax-advantaged account. So the criticism is engendered that this is only for the young and healthy. It's only for the wealthy. Well, at the center, we have a saying, don't think about things in a no-because attitude. Think about them with a yes-if attitude. Because if you think about something as a no-because attitude, you'll take that example and say, this can't possibly work. It's only for the young and healthy. No, this won't work because it just doesn't fit the needs of the sick individual. But if you turn that around and say, yes, this could work if. And the yes if is an example here. What if a diabetic is actually doing the right things? They're taking their medication, going to their office visit, following their doctor's orders. Are they going to save the employer money? I think the answer is with care, are adhering to the evidence-based medicine, are listening to their doctor and doing the right things. The employer could have a shared savings model. And by shared savings, I mean they could give money back to the individual as additions into the account to cover that deductible. So that an individual might get $100 a month if they're diabetic, but doing the right things. They're going to not be hospitalized as frequently. They're going to have fewer complications. They're going to save the employer money. So by sharing that savings back to somebody with a chronic condition, the individual might actually wind up with 100% coverage. That's the choice of the individual. Do they want to participate in the programs that will actually save them money as well as saving their health? Individuals who don't want to do that, that's fine. They'll wind up paying more money. But you can see with the type of rewards and incentives that can be built into these new programs that they really can work even better for the sickest employees, not just for the healthy employees. The second item that I think is a basic principle is that healthcare consumerism and the empowerment of the individual has to work for people who want to get involved in that decision making by going on the internet and checking price and quality, and those who have no interest in doing that. You know, some people, well, there might be a cheaper medication, they don't have the time. There are more important things with their family, with their job, with other activities, and it's not worth their time, or they have no interest in doing it. That's okay. The system still should protect them because there are stop-loss levels, there's protection for the catastrophic claims, but those individuals will pay more because they haven't been engaged in some of the options and choices that they would have. But it will still work for them. It still acts as more of a traditional PPO, if you will, and doesn't give them those extra coverages of the rewards and incentives by getting involved. Without these two basic principles, I believe any system will fail. As an actuary, I believe you might have some short-term gains, but at the end of the day, you will have anti-selection set in, and the cost will continue to go up, and you really won't have the kind of impact and behavioral change that we said is so critical to this new world of healthcare consumerism.